YouTube, what's going on? Happy Monday. Back to the grind. Alright, I already took these out of the acrylics just because they're M2 and it's time consuming and it always makes for a bad video. So, they're all loose, but I'm going to showcase them here. This is the M2 Auto Japan. I don't know what release it is. It's not a Walmart exclusive. I think it's the third time they put a 6-car set out. So this is the 1970 Nissan Fairlady in black. It looks really good. It doesn't really show through on the camera. Part of that is my backdrop. Part of it is my lighting. Part of it is the color of the car. Pretty sharp looking car. They got the stance better with the lowered base, but they don't have it right. Those wheels are not supposed to sit in like that. But it is an improvement, and it's still a pretty nice little... It's still a hell of a lot better than the green light. They don't even look like the same kind of car to me. This one's also going to be hard to see. Unfortunately, I lost a side view mirror on this one. This is the Hakosuka Skyline. It's like the Black Bandit version of it. Sharp looking car. I like it. I think it would have looked better if the grille was painted black and the bumper was black. Same thing back here. Where this is chrome, I wish it was black. I think it would look better. But it's still a pretty nice looking car. Can't complain too much. All of these are nice rollers. I've yet to get one of these that doesn't roll or doesn't roll well. Something with other M2 cars that's always a crapshoot. And then the last casting is the Datsun 510 Bluebird. Also known as the Datsun Bluebird 1600 SSS, but more commonly known as the 510. And I like this one. It's basically the same as the red one, but instead of red, it's blue. And instead of being a rally car, it's a road or a track car. So it's a lower stance. All of the 510s they put out, outside of the civilian models and the African safari car, the rest of them have all had lower bases. It's nice that M2 does that, and it gives them flexibility. Greenlight should do that too with their lifted trucks, so that they're, I just think that the quality, the build quality, would be better if they weren't gluing plastic suspension on to the metal base. And it would allow them to do stuff like this, which, would definitely help their Fairlady Z issue that they have. That thing is a lost cause. No amount of retooling is going to fix that. They need to scrap it and start over, but unfortunately, they are not going to. Anyways, this is a cool looking little car. One thing I really hate about the M2 Auto Japan cars is that 5 out of every 6 that they put out has black wheels. And you can see here, it looks okay, but on camera and for display, it really takes away from the detail, I think. See, when the light reflects off my hand, it looks like you can see it a little bit better. And when I move my hand, I don't know. I'll have to see when I watch it back. I like the back of this, though. No chrome around the tail lights. Oh, man, this lighting is horrible. You know what? I wonder if it's the color of that. I wonder if it's that light color there on the pavement that's doing that. Is that any better? It looks a little better to me. Let's see what happens if we go a little darker. Yeah, that seems to be better. At least from my view. Anyways, I like this 510 a lot. See, this one I think the wheels, the stance and everything on this look good. They don't sit in too far like the Fairlady. I just wish that they had some nicer wheels that weren't black. Sharp, sharp, sharp looking car. So on this this Z, the front bumper is already starting to come off. That's M2 for you, though. And look, I know that happens with green light from time to time, but I have 700 green light cars, and there's maybe 5. Between 5 and 10, I would say, that have parts falling off of them. I probably have 50 M2 cars, and I would say at least 25 to 35% of them have stuff falling off of them. So the ratio is, and maybe your experience is different than mine, I don't know. But I find M2 cars to be I find the build quality on M2 to be the worst. And it's because they use way too many pieces, and they don't, I mean, it's fine if you're going to do it, but if you're going to do it, make sure you get the build right so that it doesn't fall apart when you look at it. I bet you right now, if I looked at this thing cross-eyed, those fender mirrors would fall off. That's how delicate these things are. They look good though. They display nice. They're definitely not Kyosho nice or TLV nice, but you know, to get a domestic car at a fraction of the price, and as hard as these are to find, they're still much easier to find than those import brands. So it is a nice alternative, but I would never collect these as a replacement for those. See that there is a nice view of this car. That's a good looking shot because you can't really see how bad the wheel wells are from this angle. But from this angle, you can see how bad that is. It looks like one of those awful Johnny Lightning castings. It's a shame too because it's a really nice tooling. I really dig the tooling actually. All right, here is the other Hakosuka Skyline. I definitely like this one better. I thought in the packaging I'd like the black one, but this one definitely looks better on camera, and I think this will display better. Well, maybe not though. Black cars really display well if you have enough light on them. But this is the same livery as the Miho, just different color. Yokohama graphics. There's another reason why I don't like the black wheels, because it just creates all that negative space. It absorbs the light and it makes the car harder to see. In doing that, it hides a lot of the detail of the car, and it just creates shadows. And when you're talking about 1:64 scale, that is usually not a good thing. So really cool car. I really wish that they would not do black, you know. I mean, have the black wheels and use them, but don't make them like your main wheel. It's too small of a scale to put 90% of them out with black wheels. Even if it is authentic, just go with gray steelies or something. I don't know. Or even something like this. Because this car right here is easily my favorite of this lot. And I think a lot of that has to do with the wheels. I really like the graphics on this car, but those light colored wheels, and I like that they're painted and not chromed. They might even be molded. No, they're painted. They're definitely painted. I thought maybe they were molded in yellow, but they're definitely painted, but that's okay. I would rather have them painted than chromed, because the chrome ones, the holes between the spokes are so small that you always have flash. It's almost impossible to cast them in chrome without flash. So I like the painted look better. It's a cleaner look. Even if it was just painted silver. That's a sharp looking car though. And a lot of that is because of those wheels. But it has an awesome livery to it too. Goodyear Racing. I've got an awesome Goodyear Racing GTR, and I've got the car hauler. Oh, I might have to get those out for some pics. That is a cool little car. For good measure, I did a video actually, it's probably only been about a week, where I took my Advan Miho exclusive and I did a wheel swap, and in doing so, I tore up one of the wheels, pulling it off of the axle, and the wheels that I put on it are so big that it's a static display. The car doesn't roll. And I just so happened to have a second one in the package, so I went ahead and cracked it open. So here's the Advan with the stock wheels, although it does have nice Yokohama tires. This would be probably my third or fourth favorite 510 that they've put out. I think the Goodyear is probably my favorite now. And then I like that baby blue one. If you guys are wondering, which you're probably not, but if you are, hey, there's my side view to my Hako. These are limited to 9,800 pieces, so 10,000. There's the mirror to the Hako. 9,800. Now this one's not. This one is pretty limited. This one is limited to 30. Well, it's not. It's 3,200, so it's still more rare than a Hot Wheels Redline Club. But 3,200 of these and 9,800 of these. So there's more than 3 times as many Goodyear. And now that I have all of the M2 Auto Japan cars, except one, there's only one that I'm missing in 1/64, and then there's one that I'm missing in 1/24. Other than that, I have all of them so far. Well, no, not now because they just came out with some Super Toy-Con Skylines. So I take that back. I don't. And I'm not going to collect them all because I don't have the chase cars. That's just going to get way too expensive, and I'm not enough of an M2 fan to do that. But when I can get them relatively easily for under $10 a car, then I'm good with that. And if you guys want a set of these, I think the Toy Pimp still has some. He was selling them, I think, they're $50, and I think he was even including shipping with that price. So hit him up on Instagram if you want one of these 6-car sets. He also has the Skyline Auto Kit. Those are 10. That price I don't think includes shipping. But if you buy a few, you know, the more you buy, the better shipping price you'll get. But he has those, and he has, I think he still has the Miho exclusive as well. Those are $45 a set. So, you know, you could, I'm sure he'd probably give you a package deal, maybe, you know, offer him $100 for all of it. You know, I don't know if he'll do that or not, but if it were me and I didn't live local to him and I wanted this 6-car set and the 3-car Miho set and the Skyline Auto Lift, I would probably offer him $100 just to see if he would take it. And if he says no, you're probably not that far away, you know, because at his asking price is like 105-ish, depending on what he gets to ship those Skyline auto lifts or auto kits. Anyways, I don't get paid to I don't get paid. It's not like he's not a sponsor of the channel or anything like that. He's just the best source here west of the Pacific Ocean to get this kind of stuff. The best source that I've found. If you guys know of a better source, let me know. I will always use the Toy Pimp as a source in some capacity because he is by far the most eclectic dealer of diecast. It's mostly all JDM, but his inventory, whether it's Hot Wheels or Kyosho or TLV or whatever it is, if there's a JDM car that you're looking for, you know, a 510 Wagon Super or a Boulevard, he has those. He has first edition Hakos. He has first edition Ken Marys. He has sealed cases of Japan Historics 1. He has boxes of Tomica Limited Vintage and Tomica. I mean, the guys, if you're into JDM, he is, I strongly doubt there's a better source in the U.S. for Japanese diecast in this scale. So there you go. There's the 6-car set with the Miho Advan. As an honorable mention, this is the car that I want to see M2 add to their little tooling catalog. I think they would do an amazing Ken Mary. So, all right. Well, I didn't get as much content out of the toy show as I thought I would, but still got some decent content, and I had a lot of fun doing it. So, hopefully you all enjoyed it. Hopefully you all can find local diecast shows like that in your area so that you can go and buy a bunch of diecast and do some videos that I can watch, because I enjoy the hell out of that kind of stuff. If you have any thoughts or any questions, feel free to comment below. Thank you for all the support. And I will holler at the next video. Let me get my still shot here for the... There you go. All right. Have a good night, everybody.